Good morning, viewers. Once again, we thank you for tuning into CleanStream on this, the first day of May 2024. We are indeed excited to celebrate once again another Labor Day on the island of Anguilla. At this time, we bring you the official Labor Day address from the Minister of Labor, the Honorable Kenneth Hodge, and also the official Labor Day address from the Labor Commissioner, Mrs. Joanne Hodge.
Fellow Anguillians, it is a privilege to address you today as we recognize and celebrate another International Workers' Day or Labor Day under our chosen theme, Social Justice and Decent Work for All. Every year on this day, I am filled with immense pride as we celebrate the fortitude, resilience, and invaluable contributions of the workforce in Anguilla and globally. Today we honor you, the hard-working men and women of this island, whose continued dedication and hard work continue to propel our society forward, fostering growth and development. It comes as no surprise that most visitors to our shores don't only commend our spectacular beaches, but rave more so about our people as some of the friendliest and most hardworking they have met the world over. So on behalf of myself and the government and people of Anguilla, I publicly thank all of you for your commitment and perseverance through all the storms we in recent years faced as a nation, literally and figuratively. This has not gone unnoticed, and in response, we, the government of Anguilla, are committed to ensuring that the rights of employees are improved and protected. We are still navigating the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the inflation and supply shocks which followed. In the workforce in particular, compensation levels fell, standard safety procedures and employee rights were eroded. These have been difficult times, but they have afforded us the opportunity to take a step back and reevaluate our labor system and its governing legislation with a view towards eradicating social injustice and improving them to better suit the needs of society today. We have to do our utmost best to eradicate social injustice and ensure decent working conditions for all. We need to view social justice as a fundamental principle that shapes our society and conditions our humanity, rather than as a utopian and unattainable ideal. It is clear all people, regardless of race, gender, or socioeconomic status, are entitled to fairness, equality, and dignity. Decent work is the key to bringing this vision to fruition. Providing fair wages, safe working conditions, opportunities, and proper dispute resolution mechanisms will empower individuals, strengthen communities, and foster economic growth within the nation. So it benefits us all. As Minister of Labor, I am committed to ensuring improved working conditions for all employees. To this end, we have, as promised last year, implemented a minimum wage as of January 1st, 2024, a task which for many years stood incomplete and something which our nation desperately needed. It broke my heart to learn of persons being employed for heartbreaking US $1.50 per hour. While US $6 per hour is not our ultimate goal, it is certainly a great step towards a better and brighter future for Anguillians. Now that this is completed, we have set our sights on accomplishing another task that has been long outstanding, the implementation of a pension plan and/or retirement benefits plan for the private sector. This will likely require amendments to the existing Labor Relations Act 2018. In addition to those proposed amendments, we are still moving swiftly forward on the improvements to the Labor Relations Act 2018, including supplemented leave provisions and improved protections for employees during pandemics and other unforeseen threats. Once this is completed, we intend to move forward with the Labor, Welfare and Equality Act, as well as occupational safety and health legislation, which are geared towards ensuring safe working conditions for employees and protections from discrimination. These will no doubt bolster the inspection division of our Labor Department, who work tirelessly to ensure compliance across the island. While on the subject of the Labor Department, I wish to take this opportunity to thank the Labor Commissioner and her superb team for supporting the ministry over the past 4 years and ably executing their duties. None of our triumphs would be possible without their invaluable contribution. As I close, I want to invite each one of you as we commemorate this Labor Day to view it as more than just a public holiday. Take some time to ponder the past, present, and the future of work and workers. Reflect on the historic struggles endured by generations of workers here and abroad to secure rights that we take for granted today. Let us be grateful for their courage and foresight and salute them for their efforts. And let us now take charge by assessing the current situation with a view towards championing the cause for further improved working conditions for future generations. I look forward to working with you as we forge ahead in securing a brighter future for Anguilla. Thank you for listening. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless Anguilla. A blessed Labor Day to you all.
The origins of Labor Day and the movement for recognition of workers' rights commenced as far back as May 1st, 1886, with a union strike in Virginia, USA, for the introduction of a general 8-hour workday. However, Labor Day wasn't recognized as an annual event until May 1st, 1891. Here in Anguilla, we take the opportunity this May 1st to celebrate the invaluable contribution of all hard-working employees in both the formal and informal sectors. Kudos to those workers who keep our businesses operating, our communities thriving, and the economy growing. We therefore stand in solidarity with those who, both locally and globally, continue to fight for fair wages, safe working conditions, and dignity in the workplace. This year, we join our collective voices with those countries in support of the International Labor Day theme, social justice and decent work for all. Social justice means that every worker on Anguilla, regardless of background, should be given the opportunity to earn a fair living under safe working conditions. It means the payment of fair wages that allow workers and their families to enjoy a reasonable standard of living. It means equal opportunities available to all workers for job advancement and freedom from discrimination. Decent work is a fundamental right of every worker. It's the foundation of a strong local economy and a stable and just society. It is the right for workers to be treated with dignity and respect, to have a say in decisions that affect their lives, and to be able to express their concerns without fear of retaliation. Decent work promotes access to security and social protection for workers and their families. When treated fairly, workers are more productive, more engaged, and more invested in the workplace. While we recognize the achievements gained in industrial relations from those earliest labor days, let us, however, not fool ourselves. Within the Anguillian context, we still have a ways to go. If we are honest, we will realize that the reality experienced by many in the workforce falls short of the ideal. And so, I challenge all persons on Anguilla who champion sustainable development and growth to reaffirm our commitment to building a more just and equitable nation for our workers and colleagues. Embracing the concepts of social justice and decent work is the responsibility of every tripartite partner, whether you are an employer, employee, or the government. Yet there are those in the Anguilla workforce who sometimes face various obstacles to achieving safety, fairness, and equity. They may encounter health or safety issues at work that are not adequately addressed by current laws. There may also be a lack of training opportunities in their desired field of interest or inadequate funding for further education. Some persons may receive low pay, where employers either refuse to pay the minimum wage or perhaps struggle to do so. Many persons juggle 2 or more jobs just to make ends meet, or perhaps to save for contingencies. Others may be struggling just to find work. Unfair preference may be given to one employee over another, and discipline may not always be meted out fairly. There are also instances when as workers we may fail to accept criticism, be unwilling to follow rules, refuse to accept change, and/or operate at reduced productivity levels. Regrettably, there are some workers who deliberately place stumbling blocks in the way of their colleagues, which might prevent them from achieving career success. These negative dynamics marginalize and demotivate workers and discourage progress. If Anguilla is truly committed to realize social justice and decent work for all, each party involved must be held accountable. And so at the Department of Labor, as we become aware, we advise the government of the challenges encountered in the workplace and propose counteractive measures to promote justice and equity. These include the enforcement of modernized and effective legislation and the provision of diverse avenues to education and training that will equip workers with the skills they need to develop and succeed in a modern local economy. The government must also introduce social safety nets to provide adequate security for workers on Anguilla. Anguilla's private sector needs to ensure that its practices are ethical, that all workers are treated with equal respect and receive fair remuneration, including applicable benefits, and that there are opportunities for advancement in the workplace. Employees must work in a safe and secure environment, and the voice of every worker must be recognized. As employees, we are responsible for staying informed of workers' rights and to champion ongoing personal development via formal or informal means. We should always uphold strong work ethics as a national standard and demand fair treatment on the job for every worker. We must be willing to produce a fair day's work, be open to constructive criticism, and work to continually improve the quality of our output. As we look towards the future and the challenges and opportunities that lie before us, let us commit to building a working community where all persons are inspired to pursue social justice and decent work, not as a lofty ideal, but a tangible reality for every worker. By doing so, we honor the legacy of all those workers who came before and fought for better working conditions island-wide. In closing, as we celebrate Labor Day in 2024, let us revere the past, embrace the present, and envision a future Anguilla where justice, fairness, and equality in the workplace reign supreme. Do have a happy, enjoyable, and memorable Labor Day.